mi fuego. 93 like me, fire in the sheets, spending summers on the sea. Quedo, she no way home. Better feel life on a day.
We will do. Thank you very much, Desk. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed that ending as much as we did, because that was an absolute treat, wasn't it, Rich?
Yeah, mxey is the clutch master. He is the king.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I look towards individuals such as himself, I'd say there's a few solos that we know once
Yep.
they're in these predicaments where it's the one versus everything, that they just take the weight on their shoulders and shrug it off like it's nothing. Like, in terms of mechanical skill, watching back what is basically 1 versus 4, it's ridiculous. The leaning into the shots, the actual accuracy of the shots themselves, and then the notability, as it was noted on the desk, to actually not even bother going for the res, but to keep his eyes on the prize, then pressure through the middle, which is basically an open ground, which was kept untracked, to put himself in the 1 versus 1, basically at his doorstep. Like, the man's a nut job. The man is absolutely cracked, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah, because at that point you're playing mind games, aren't you? Because you're playing that timer of, well, does he think I'm going for the res? What's he doing? Because there was I think 3 knocked on either side, or maybe 2 on the liquid side and 3 for exhalation. There's that very much that, okay, do I push here and take that risk of a 1v2? Maybe if he's got off the res, or maybe he's in a similar scenario to me. Maybe I've got that information relayed. I love that. I love that kind of calculated choice that these players have to do, and you saw the bravery come through from mxey to make that play was just phenomenal. So we go back in for our second shot and Miramar here. We have to look as to what we've got. Already the circle has come in. It's not necessarily slap bang center. It's a little more southern with a bit of a western lean, but it's a pretty fair game.
Fully send it, boys. VP might have a very lucky escape here. The 2 members of Na'Vi that were looking this way have got in the vehicles to regroup the rest of the team inside the boxing ring. So they'll be able to take residency where Na'Vi was. They're going to get into this clean, surprisingly.
They're being followed. Exhalation looking like they're going a little bit further north, but not far away. VP, just get inside. That is the goal right now. And Loose just turned and found Zoom. Unbelievable. Just as they got to cover, trying to not do damage to each other. This is madness. This is messy. Absolute mayhem here. And already here comes the rest of the teams. Heroics on the way. They've gone towards red line. They've gone right. Hotel, motel, holiday inn. They're going. Look at this full send. QB is like, hello? This is the drive-in check-in. Get out. No, there's no vacancy here. Sorry, sir. All the rooms are booked. Get out of it. Beamy's on foot, but he's getting tagged up from the backside. He has to push it again. So QB sat there like, oh, is there another guest coming to stay in my hotel? Not today. Slips the window. Beamy's now in. Found a bit of safety to at least get maybe a heal off. But Luca has been found in the background as well. Keep that in mind. So Redline on at full force here. RTG. Good clean up towards Mutiny. They maintain their position.
It's a bit scrappy, but you know what? Whatever works, right? BBL, the position they've held from pretty much the get-go, moving a little bit closer in off that roadside. It all looks well and good towards the start of it, but now they have to fight against the gods of the previous round. SMB, another one, steps up to the plate. Young, all the way on top of the building, should be getting this out. You can see the instant switch to the AR, clearly looking and making presence noted. They will be going out just at the foot of the apartments, and the grenades should be devastating. Remember, this is how we saw the previous Team 5 die. They were just completely bombarded on arrival by DA. DA still has some sort of utility to put up a fight against SMB, but they have to be careful they don't overstep the boundaries, because the prominent factor of third party within this, it's prolific.
Another team's just joined the fold, and VP have just come across. They're all fighting for this. Perfectix has just leant over. I think that's Batulin's by his side. It is Spyro and Lou in the back lines, and the leftovers from SMB and DA litter the battlefield. BBL playing the outskirts. Heroic can see a bit of it. Liquid can maybe look on from the distance, but this is just a brutal area to be in.
Perfectix has got an arm in Picardo. What kind of public match is this? Oh my word, and the team that we said would have a bit of a hard time getting into this one, AA, coming off the back of it. It's been barren, the circles have been cruel, and now they are being constricted. RTG holding them. 2 players will force them back, and FaZe is there to maybe, just maybe, strike them in the back. The circle will update. It won't go too far from this ridgeline, so for after all, this is a very, very important set of fights. They could control the ridgeline, and actually stay safe and keep out of all the damage within Picado.
Oh, this is nice. Right, Rich, Circle has gone southeast. So the cusp is here, right? The cusp of Picado is in. But when and if this moves away, who makes it out alive? FaZe yet to even find pathing in. AA after that slower turn up is actually kind of an interesting storyline now. They might have played this kind of right at this point to an extent. You know, slowly slotted in. But RTG are a problem. If they could remove RTG, they'd be laughing, but they just can't.
I think it's pound for pound. You'd have to say RTGs. You know, they've had a rough competition, to say the least. We put this one in the pocket of after all. They just need to be careful that they don't get tunnel visioned. That's a good knock. Instant flush. Go on for it. They got to be careful they don't get too tunnel vision, because that's when RTG pushing onto it. I can already see Cobra and 2by are leaving the building to maybe back them up here. Either that or they're just kind of scared because Liquid has just turned up to their compound. Almost a good nade going around the back of it, but it doesn't go far enough. FaZe are kept quiet for now. Dead up towards the northern side of this screen, just on the ridge line. Has been cycling nades, so clearly presence has been made known and they've had to send in the troops to back them up here. Cobra and 2by will hold a deeper and lower angle, to be fair, so it will deny AA trying to wrap around low and get below them, but it's such a harsh ridgeline, you don't really want to do that, otherwise you end up just inside the ditch with nowhere else to go. It's an important fight. If AA can get away from this clean, then maybe there's a chance of going further in this one, but with Circle's edge still, like, I can't get over in my mind how it's cut Picado so much that 1, 2, 3, what, 6, 7 teams?
Pixel! Oh, he actually
good.
gets them both! He gets them both! Straight up death from above, waited to see them walk in, set the trap, and no one knew where he was, right? Like, the rest of DA had been just swept through, slaughtered, left in pieces on the outskirts of Picado, but Pixel had waited. He was waiting to see if anyone would come his way, and he finally got some vengeance here, but now VP are starting to come over.
A security guard at the casino. Oh no, Batulins. Oh no, 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 no. That's onto Lou. What in the world just happened there? He must have banked it off the side, and I don't know how this has happened. I really don't. They're now in a position where the mollies are coming down. Pixel's still lurking around. They're watching the front side of it, so if he does come out the door, they would be able to make mincemeat of it. Good old nade. If it goes within... Oh my god, it's landed almost perfectly. Look at FaZe. They're splitting against it. One of them's already gone down. A second one follows.
Nades.
My word. Ents have done a ton of damage, but they've also taken a casualty as well while doing so.
Yeah, it's not without their own
Navi's
problems. Wait, Navi's? I guess they have to leave Picado, so they see a couple of kills in the feed, they're like, we gotta go, we gotta make something of this. And Liquid quietly working the back lines. Do not forget about Liquid, they are still in a great position in the south, leaving Clib in towards the building, but right now, we are seeing the bombardment now come towards Ents. Navi! Unleash the nukes, and Tixu! How is he alive? Look at that HP, it's absolutely nothing. And now Navi on the cleanup, just sweep through Ents. There is no reservation to this. Full-on brutality, and now it's go time. RTG better be ready with what's on the other side. AA trying to peek the ridgeline. Good work from Dead. He needs some more. Those spots another. They're everywhere. They're swarming the hills. He can't find respite for a second. Zorf thrown down. He gets another. Great work from Dead. A third? Yes! A third for Dead. Brilliance from the young man. And now already RTG claim their ridgeline. Oh, wait. Liquid are on the way. They can't claim it for long. Rich, Liquid are right here.
Yeah, Dead needs to do exactly what he did previous, but you know what, after that previous one, mxey is feeling untouchable. Road to Glory goes down, but my god, they did so much damage to After All. Holding the line for quite some time, holding the position. We said it was an important fight, they had to win it, but now it's Liquid. Once again, they take the top of the hillside, but they're hoping for the circle because it will be barren. But then again, on the opposing side, down low,
yeah,
if the motel doesn't stay in, It's awful for every single bugger that has to play off the back of it. FaZe Clan are looking worse for wear, with two teams just hunkering down upon their position. Simply hiding beneath the car will not cut it. There should be nades coming in all over the place. It's Marco onto Apocalypse. mxey goes for the 1-for-2 on Itzy and Gustav again. mxey is a prominent force within these last two lobbies.
There's nobody better right now, and Liquid maintain that dominance. So three of them just pushed out, got the ridge line, but Tulins, I'm pretty sure, is your last man alive, trying to work it out for VP. But this has been the slaughter, trying to leave mainland Picardo, head down towards the motel. And it's just been death for everyone. No teams made it across cleanly. You've got BBL, Heroic, Redline sharing this as best they can. But that hillside is deadly. Na'Vi and Liquid watching with bated breath as who becomes the victor of this area? Who will I be facing later?
The irony, oh my god. Just taps him through the gap. Oh, that's ridiculous. Liquid is going further in advancement. They know they need to because the circle, if it does move away, which it has done, it's hard shifted to the opposing side. They need to be in a place to be able to fight this one. They've taken the fight towards Na'Vi. First strike is had. And now the rest of them will have to fall onto the back of it. Clib is in the car in his own way. Once they get themselves at a full force, they can attack this with their entire roster. But it doesn't matter whatsoever because Redline, from the back line, is doing the damage for them.
Yeah, great work, but it's not without an answer. Look at QBE finding Mert, or Mert finding QBE straight away. As soon as they went for these little bit of a peek, they show a little bit of leg, instantly punished on it. Now, Liquid are up to 4, and they know that Na'Vi are on 3. They could do something with this now. A couple of underhand flashes, loads of smokes on Ibby, so that's a good look for the Liquid fans. Tapping away, Luca's getting more here. Liquid do need to be careful that they don't show to Luca at this point. He has an angle, and he's got the distance of that 8 times. He's got everything he needs. That is a nade and a half. Melman, is he able to dodge this? The blue's coming in. The molly's going to lift to the way. He's not going to be able to find an easy way forward. Luca's just mopping up all these kills. 4 already for him, waiting for Liquid just to force Na'Vi into an unwinnable scenario.
Like the dump truck out back. So they might be able to hide behind the walls, but this should be Liquid's all day long. However, does Na'Vi strike at the right time? Does a team push out so much that Liquid's forced to fight? Because they're going to have to. I mean, it'll be a shooting range once they do.
I've got to feel, yeah, so BBL, their biggest problem now is Redline, I feel. As much as, yes, they'll receive fire from the hillside, these two are just going to clash when they start trying to make the move. There's only really space for one. Melman's found QBE, so that's already a good start. At least Na'Vi now trying to farm a little bit of damage. There's the start. That's why you like a Bolty in these. If they overpeak a ridgeline, it's game on. But you could see how much he wanted to push that ridge. You could see the intention for a second, but he was probably called off it. Maybe they want to try and focus towards the next spot, find somewhere else to be. But Ivar's just found Smash. There's no good place to be in this. Liquid back up to 4, and Na'Vi down to 1. Melman now the only survivor of the squad trying to work out of this, and BBL still yet to find that next step forward here. For that knock, they couldn't quite capitalize on the timing, and another player spotted Luca. He's been doing damage up here, but it is still a horrible circle to be playing with for them.
You may have expected them going for the vehicle and just charging uphill. You can see they second question themselves whether or not should they go for it, which allowed Ibby to gather that if that goes in the doorway. Ooh, it doesn't matter. He's just going to pepper away at them. It's going to deny that it's done a ton of damage, and it comes down to Marco to try and hold the line. He'll start playing medic, and these are the metal rafters that I spoke about. This is all that's really left within this circle to try and hide away from the prying eyes of Team Liquid, unless Melman can go complete and utter god mode here. There's still a lot of individuals that they need to keep a track of. I suppose that's the only downside to this, right? They have the height advantage, they have full vision, but there's a few individuals that this one snake in the grass could cause all kinds of problems. But I love the smoke wall they've built around them. It gives them space to be able to move into and move around, and a shot like that to get things going again from mxey is going to make things so much easier.
Oh, careful now, Clib. We're taking some damage there. We don't want to open up those threats. Liquid need to maintain. They need to stay as sharp as they can here. As you said, still plenty of threats out there. Melman being one, the two on the screen, Luca and Ivers being the others. Now, Liquid, if they aren't being careful about this, they could be cornered, but no, mxey powers forward, takes a step in the right direction. There's Ivers, though, finding Clib. So now Liquid into, what, a 3v1? Ivers, I don't know if he's got the heals in him. I don't know if he's got the metal to do this. No helmet, vest almost gone, no more smokes. He's down to the dregs here. He's got barely anything to work with, maybe just a hope and a prayer. He got to spot. The flash instantly quells that threat, and Liquid now striding through the game. No mercy, no quarter. And it might be a back-to-back win here. Bear in mind, they are in their backyard. This is just a stone's throw away from Picardo, and as much as Ivers can try, it's Team Liquid with another win.
It's the 1-2, thank you, and 14 kills to boot as well. He's going to make Team Liquid look like an unstoppable force on day one of the Grand Finals. This is just an impeccable response. While we've seen shining moments from Team Liquid, and while we know this team is good, week number 1, there was no time, there was no way that they could just get going because they always had 5 within their towns, in their cities, everyone on the back of it. Week number 2, we saw some good signs of life. We saw money on the board. Week 3, they have all the work to do now. They have to come and top this lobby and hope that VP ultimately falls. It's a tough old order, but 2 wins off the bat back-to-back. That is a damn good start of winning this whole thing.